should have grabbed the broad by her bugle beads and throttled her. Doubt it. Mary, stop it, girl. You ain't that one. Diane? Yes. But you? Mm-mm. Flo? Absolutely. You? Mm-mm. Love bugs, hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and tip your favorite narrator via Cash App at $NAROB on YouTube. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube, and for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue reading Mary Wilson's Supreme Faith. I don't know what the cover is, but you know what we read. Fortunately, there weren't enough hours in a day for me or for Willie. And as if I didn't have enough on my plate, one morning at 5, Pedro called, waking me. Mary, guess what? I'm coming to England to see you. I almost dropped the phone. I protested, but he was so pushy. It annoyed me. I'll be there on the 3rd. And could you also make hotel reservations for some friends of mine? Sure, I answered, uncertainly. So give me a kiss, he said. When I didn't comply right away, he hung up on me for not giving him a kiss. I felt like I was being dragged away on a wild adventure. Talk about one time that somebody stole her gowns while they was in England. Everybody gowns dead except for one of the gowns is missing. The gowns, she said, cost like $2,000. I don't know why the gowns cost $2,000 and y'all ain't got no damn money. Not unless y'all using the same $2,000 gowns on every show. $2,000 then was probably like $15,000. Are they crazy? $15,000 for a gown? Girl, you don't know no lady named Mabel that could make you some shit. Okay, or they ain't no David's bridal around. I mean, Pedro there, his friends is there. You don't know them niggas. I know you think that they are, what do you call it? Like they're affluent and all of that, but for real, you don't know, girl. He wanted them catch me if you can niggas. He's a scammer. Okay? Ooh. But women get caught up every time. That's why I don't be trusting these people, man. Bitches do it too. You know me. I'm thinking, Pedro and his friends then pawned it for a 8-ball. All right? But that ain't what happened. What happened was it was a fan who stole the gown, who was truly sorry. Jean's attitude grew unbearable during this tour, poisoning everything. The Temptations were in England too, and we jumped at the chance to see them. All through the Temptations concert, Jean talked loudly and critically of them from the front row. I know you fucking lying. Later at dinner, given in their honor, she continued to behave rudely. What's wrong with Jean? She ain't got no coof. Girl, that's called hating. Jean mad. She mad. Later that week, Jean refused to rehearse for our upcoming appearance on Great Britain's most influential pop music television show, Top of the Pop. We were going to sing our new single, Bad Weather, which did bad. The show's producer held this incident against me and the Supremes for the next several years, long after Jean was gone. Jean and I stopped speaking. Out of frustration, one evening between shows, I scribbled her a note saying we were scheduled for a quick photo session. Her back was turned, and after I handed it to her, she angrily threw it to the floor. I should have grabbed the broad by her bugle beads and throttled her. Doubt it. Murray, stop it, girl. You ain't that one. Diane? Yes. Diane gonna fight you even if she knows she can't win. Matter of fact, she Aries. They don't know that they can't win nothing. They'll find out when they get there. Okay? But you? Flo? Absolutely. You? Around this time, she also told us that she didn't like singing the old Supremes hits either. Despite Jean's taxing behavior and her and Linda's obvious intentions to exclude me from their lives off stage, on stage we were still Supremes. We continued dealing with one another as business partners, and we all wanted what was best for our business. Jean and Linda still tried to convince me to leave Motown. The failure of Bad Weather was the last straw. Despite glowing reviews, the record went nowhere. Even Stevie Wonder was upset. He complained to Abner, who promised the company would get on it. The record had been out since March, and here it was May. The time to have got on it was long past. It was too late. An impulsive break from Motown would surely fail. Jean, and to a lesser degree Linda, read my caution as indecisiveness. But I knew better than anyone what was at stake and how Motown would respond. The big problem, which would haunt me for years, was the name, Supremes, and who really owned it. Morally, it should have been ours. But it wasn't that simple. The only people that got to keep their name, I believe, was the Four Tops. And I believe that was because they was the Four Tops before they got there. Maybe the Temptations, but that's not a concern because Otis ain't gone nowhere. He's still right there. Jean and Linda couldn't have cared less about the name. And as I soon saw, they resented it just as they resented the constant questions about Diane. The intergroup tensions were taking a toll. Opening night at the San Francisco Fairmont, we received one of the worst reviews of our career. As a matter of fact, I think it's one of the few times an act has ever called a press conference to reply to the review. Our press conference was also reviewed under a headline that read, "When the Supremes Get Angry." At the press conference, I said I'll probably be disliked by whites and blacks alike for what I'm going to say. But I went into show business to entertain. I'm not saying, hey, look at me, I'm black. I'm saying, hey, listen to me, I'm a singer. I'm an artist first and a black woman second. I don't feel that the people who come and spend their money to see the Supremes perform should be primarily concerned with our blackness. They should be concerned with how much we are giving them for their entertainment dollar. Jean, not surprisingly, felt that she was representing every black person. Then my worst fear was realized when Jean announced privately, I want out of the group. It became a race against time, which would come first. A new deal or Jean's leaving? We got Jean leaving. Now Linda is pregnant. Also, Meredith Wilson thinks she is pregnant, child, so she calls Diana Ross. She call her bling, bling, bling. Diana done changed her number. She don't live there no more. Somehow it got back to Diana that Murray Wilson was trying to get in contact with her. They say, hey, Diana girl, I think I'm pregnant. Diane was upbeat and happy as if we'd just spoken yesterday. We went shopping in Beverly Hills. The whole time making small talk. Diane breathed through one exclusive store after another. In one, she tried on dozens of pairs of shoes. Pause. Let me tell you why I love the Diana Ross, the boss. Remember, we read in a book. I can't remember what book it was. Y'all been here with me the whole time, so y'all will probably remember better than I would. But remember, Diana Ross would go to these exclusive, exquisite boutiques, buy a pair of pants, take them to her seamstress, get the pants made exactly the way the designer exclusive pair of luxury pants were made, and then return them. She would get them made at a fraction of the cost of the designer. You know, Diane, I said, I'm glad we got together today. I feel that we're better friends now than we were before. Diane turned to face me, her large brown eyes wide with disbelief. Mary, we are not, she said. I don't know how you could say that. Stunned, I felt she'd taken what I'd said the wrong way. Her reaction was so strong, I didn't even try to explain myself. The rest of the day passed slowly. From then on, Diane made me feel that I was not her friend, but her dearest, devoted fan. And I think that Diane just was being sensitive and took it as Murray was saying that we're better friends now that we're not in a group. You know, it's kind of like a dig. Like, now that we're not working together, we can be good Judys now. And Diane's like, no, I've always been your Judy. Now, I had more ambition than you, but I've always been your Judy. Even though Flo is not around anymore, I still have always been her Judy. And Mary maintains that. It's just, I might be different. You know, Barry took a shine to me, and because I jumped out there and did more, but I've always been your friend. In July 1973, Jean called to inform me she was about to ask Barry for her contract back. Even though I wasn't totally surprised, I was nevertheless dismayed. I'd always wondered if Barry lured Jean into the Supremes with promise of a future solo career. As her unhappiness grew, Jean let little things slip out to the effect that he had. She was frustrated and angry. We all were, but couldn't she see I was trying to hold things together? From her tone of voice, her mind was made up. So that's like with Shalimar. When the dude, I forget the name of the dude who created Shalimar. Was it Posner, or I don't know who it was. But whoever it was that lured Howard Hewitt to the group, he had told Howard Hewitt, basically, Howard, the group is about you. You know, what's her name? Jody, and that lady don't like me. Ooh, she do not like me. You know who else don't like me? The bitch from the Fresh Prince, the first mother. She don't like me either. I ain't do nothing to Jody Watley, not a goddamn thing. She just mad at me because when I made a Shalimar video, she felt like I got more views on it than she did on her video when she talked about it, because I watched her video and provided commentary on my video about what was not told in the Shalimar Unsung. Okay, I thought I was helping her out, but she was mad at me because I got more views. Listen, you can sing, I can be funny sometimes. So I mean, anyway, child, but her, she don't care for me. The dark skin, the first mother from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I forget that bitch name. She's still a bitch. I don't fuck with that bitch. She tried to take me down. With Shalimar, the guy promised Howard Hewitt that he was going to be a solo star from the very beginning. Trickery, child. It got so frigging bad that Howard Hewitt would be on tour without Jody Watley. Girl, what's his name? Jermaine Stewart used to sing background for them. And Jermaine Stewart was Judy's with, what's her name, Jody Watley, and say, hey, where you at? We on tour. Jody Watley would be like, we are? That June, Pedro visited me in Los Angeles. His flight was due in right after midnight, and I spent the whole day getting ready. I wore a beautiful dress to the airport and was all smiles until I saw Pedro come through the terminal with loads of luggage and a huge St. Bernard named Sky. It looks like he's doing more than coming for a visit. I thought to myself, it looks like he's moving in. I was right.